hot topics. It's probably the biggest one in the week. Manchester City be banned from the Champions League for 2 seasons. We'll get you obviously first as the guest. Thoughts on their ban and thoughts on financial fair play as a whole.
Financial fair play as a whole does the right thing. I don't know if it does it the right way, but the ban is definitely fair, but it will be overturned in my opinion. There's no way they'll actually serve that ban.
I couldn't agree with you more.
No,
I agree with everything you just said. Yeah. Financial, for starters, Man City will not serve that ban. It won't happen.
No.
Apparently, UEFA and Manchester City have a really bad relationship. Didn't Man City failed to they didn't listen to the Champions League song at one of their games or something along those lines?
They didn't listen. They just had their hands over there.
Oh, you know
I'm not listening to
they
you.
didn't play it.
I'm not standing for your pagan ritual of the UEFA Champions League song.
But you know, Manchester City would just chuck 100 million at UEFA and they'll be like, oh yeah, actually that's all right, isn't it?
I'll take that. That is all right.
They're spending
Corruption
30
at
million
its
on
finest.
lawyers, aren't they?
I'm sorry,
30 million on lawyers. That's what I've seen. Yeah, and there's
Mm.
if you're spending 30 million on a lawyer, that case is getting thrown out. Look at O.J. Simpson, allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah.
You have
True
to say allegedly
Geordie.
now.
No, True Geordie actually did compare the Manchester City situation to O.J. Simpson on YouTube today. Yeah,
That's why I haven't even seen it today.
Yeah, today.
My blush just spared that I haven't copied it.
Yeah. Yeah, financial fair play though. I think what you summed up well. It's got the right intentions, but does do it wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how exactly, but it is based off revenue you make, and I understand people. A lot of people say that it's sort of it keeps the rich clubs rich sort of scenario. It keeps Manchester United and Liverpool and all them. It stops teams like Leicester City competing with them. But we've seen those teams can break through. But I think Manchester City's a different scenario. There's nothing wrong with Manchester City. They could have made a 25-year project of building that club with money, but not obviously too much. But instead they thought, no, we want instant success, chuck ridiculous money at it. And I'm sorry, it's not fair. It's not fair. And I think, I'll be honest, there's nothing I'd like more than Manchester City to serve that 2-year ban, Pep Guardiola leave, a lot of their players leave, and then to be brought back down to ground because they've cheated. But
that's big.
God.
That's a separate video.
UEFA paid in 30 million.
That's a separate video. That is. That's a separate video.
But it's not going to happen. Manchester City won't serve that ban.
Yeah.
Thoughts, Regan? You're a bit of a, as I called you last night many times, European advocate.
Lawyer.
I
Sympathiser.
actually completely agree with what you both said. Just because I don't think it's good for UEFA to basically ban one of the best European clubs from competing in the competition. It's not bad for their brand as such. So, this is the best teams in Europe. But one of the actual best teams isn't competing in it.
It would look terrible for UEFA. I'll tell you what, it would look even worse. UEFA's product. Even if fans would love it, and I don't know why they seem to think it'd look worse for their product. But say Sheffield United got Champions League. I don't think it's going to happen. I think they're going to get Europa League, so they'll still be in a UEFA competition.
That's wild.
But
Sporting Lisbon and
they would absolutely hate greasy chip butter getting sung on a Champions League night. They'd hate that. They'd hate it. They'd hate Chris Wilder slagging off VAR on a Champions League night. They'd hate it. But fans would love it. And I think fans would respect the competition more if they just stick to the guns instead of. Fans will hate the competition if they revoke this.
Oh yeah,
it would be
100%.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
But obviously to all of their brands, all of the people who actually mean anything to them, who give them all the money, they'll want Man City to stay in it, won't they?
At the end of the day, UEFA is a business, and business is basically about making money. And you'll make more money from advertising games at the Etihad more than you'll get at Bramall Lane.
You make decent money when you launder money as well, don't you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like you make.
Is that a confession?
Gross.
What, as if I'm a UEFA?
You've been laundering money.
Yeah. I'm feeling the opposite.
You'd make more money.
They didn't get me. They got set, but they didn't
You'd
get
make
me.
money from. You wouldn't make money from like. You wouldn't make money from end of the group stage game where John Lundstrom is shaking hands with Lionel Messi.
John Lundstrom.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah, exactly. Fans want to see that. Fans want to see Chris Wilder.
Fans want to see Chris Basham playing Champions League football.
Yeah, everyone
when we
does.
talk about fans, like, it's not actually that representative of the amount of people who watch football,
actually,
is
yeah,
it?
Champions League football is all people on Twitter called like Mystic Hazard or something.
Yeah,
like
Mystic Hazard.
Heroic Hazard.
Yeah.
It's like, you just got to love European football while they're watching their streams, and it's just,
I'm not sure. I wonder if the FA will play a role in it to say that, we can't have Sheffield United compete, like represent our country in the best competition.
Well, this is the thing. It is down to UEFA at the end of the day. for the Champions League thing, but Premier League have got to investigate this as well, because it's not just cheating in the Champions League. Premier League, there's potentially people saying Manchester City could get points deduction. I think that should happen. They should get a points deduction. The one thing that has been suggested that was ridiculous, clearly just some stupid Facebook and Twitter pages, is the whole thing of Man City going back down to League 2. Stop that now. That is not a conversation we are having.
That's like Rangers.
They're not going to go down to League 2.
What's the point? What was the point?
Yeah, but Rangers was a completely different scenario.
Yeah,
their whole club went bust.
Yeah.
And
I know, it'll be the same thing as they'll literally just come straight back up in like 2 seasons.
Yeah. But it's also the fact that how would that work in the English football system? Manchester City would have to go down to League 2. What would happen to the teams down there? It just doesn't work.
It's like, there's no point in them competing down there.
It'd be stupid. It'd ruin everyone's seasons. You might as well keep. That's the same. That's the same thing to the keep them in the Premier League. Just give them a points deduction. And put financial sanctions on them, and just give them the biggest, because that will just show. Although it will make an example of Manchester City, but it will show that you can't get away with it.
Yeah.
No,
because there's too many teams. Manchester City aren't the only team that cheat.
No,
like they're the ones who have cheated on the highest scale.
Allegedly.
They're the ones
you have to say allegedly, Bill.
They're the ones who have allegedly cheated on the highest scale of
Sheikh Mansour's watching From the Terrace Podcast.
I'm going to step
He's our
outside
average
uni.
player of the
There's
week
going to be a
next week.
sniper on the roof at the uni. There.
We've got him, boys.
Man down. It's going to be. They're at the highest level, but it happens in the Championship. Queen's Park Rangers did illegal transfers. They spent ridiculous amounts of money. Even their parachute payments didn't cover their costs. Yet, do you know how much they got fined? They got fined a minuscule amount of what they were meant to get fined, and nothing ever actually happened to that club. Derby County, they've done it like 3 seasons. Sheffield Wednesday, but they never get properly sanctioned.
I must say though, to be fair to QPR fans, they have suffered a fate worse than going bust.
They have.
They're terrible.
Being fans.
They have to watch football at Loftus Road.
Yeah, honestly.
It's not even called there anymore, is it? It's like the Cayenne Prince
Yeah, but don't take
Foundation.
this out of that. That's about a kid who died. So
No, as in, like, the QPR fans get annoyed now when you call it Loftus Road.
Yeah, but it's only.
I
think it's that stadium for 1 year though. And it's
Only
going back to
one?
Loftus Road. Yeah.
Well,
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I think it was like a dedication to it. But anyway, yeah, Loftus Road's well, my garden shed's bigger than this.
You got a massive garden shed.
Yeah, I have, mate. It is huge. 20,000 capacity.
God, there's tractors in there.
20,000 capacity.
Should we move on to financial fair play, or do you want to?
I was just going to say that I think this is after what you said, after all the previous clubs that have actually breached rules, I think to make an example of the champions of like the best team in the country as of last season, obviously not now, is a good example to set from the FA or the Premier League to say we take these matters seriously now.
But we know they don't have bollocks.
Exactly.
So they won't do it.
Exactly, that's the whole thing. It'll be good if they do it, but the fact is that they won't.